What's up guys, Ronaldo here and welcome to this Gisele showcase today here on the test server. And yeah, today I want to showcase you guys really how awful Gisele is. I don't have another word for it. Um, you just have to take a look at how bad she is. She is so bad. She's the worst ancient only by a landslide, I think. And I think she is in desperate need of a buff. Maybe she's even the worst legendary in the game, as you will be able to see in this video. It is really mind-blowing in the opposite way of a Boreas in terms of how useless this hero is, guys. And yeah, I really thought they buffed her. They did some adjustments to her when I saw her in the 10x, but so far no buffs yet. And current state, Gisele is awful. Maybe they will power buff her to be a god tier unit soon, but let's take a look here at the kit and you will see exactly why she is so bad. And the first problem that she has is that she doesn't have an identity. She does not have an identity. She doesn't even know what she wants to do. First up, her talent is Bloodbane, which basically is if you do 3 different attacks on one unit, she will lose HP and deal a AoE hit on that one unit. To 3 other units around him. So basically her talent wants to do AoE damage, right? But her talent only comes out, her AoE damage only comes out after 3 attacks, right? After you have 3 Bloodbane. So even though she wants to do AoE unit damage, her normal attack doesn't deal AoE damage. Even though she wants to do AoE damage, her damage type is normal, which is terrible for AoE damage. Because you really want magic damage for AoE. Now, you could say, oh, the strongest AoE fighter at the moment is gonna be Ardea. Why does she still perform even though she's in magic damage, normal damage? And that is because of the defense system. Ardea has 8k attack, which makes it easy for her to get over the defense threshold, whereas Gisele only has 5k attack, and that's not that much for a fighter. And yeah, 5k attack and normal damage is never going to be enough to get through defenses if you want to get through AoE content where the enemies are heavy armored. It is bad, but it gets worse, don't worry. So yeah, this gets some AoE damage. Then she wants to build attack speed because the more attack speed she has, the more crit damage she gets. So she gets quite some good crit damage increases. Basically, if you go and put a attack speed, and what is it called? Attack speed amulet on her. Now I don't have a Soulbound Arcana amulet on her, but I tried her with full attack speed. Don't worry, I tried her with full attack speed as well, and she didn't get better. But basically, when she has a full attack speed, she can get an amulet of attack speed main. Then she gets 220 attack speed. We can take the calculator real quick. Actually, we don't. And then she gets 44 crit damage along from that. Plus the crit damage in there will get her just as much crit damage as if she would use a crit damage main piece. So you can really build a lot of attack speed on her and still have a lot of crit. So that's nice, right? You may think. But that's the only thing she's got going for her. That's the problem. Like, that damage increase to enemies higher than 60% HP is nothing. That arena damage increase is nothing because the rest of her damage is just so lackluster. Like, she basically doesn't do any damage. And now the ultimate. And that's also where she lacks identity, guys. And that is... as you can see, it's a spin to win ultimate, and you might think, oh, that's a lot of AoE damage coming in, right? It's not. When the ultimate is triggered, keeps rotating for a while, dealing multiple 100% damage to enemies around randomly. The shorter the attack interval, the higher the damage frequency. So basically, the more attack speed she has, the more she's gonna hit. And this is what I misread at the beginning, and why I thought, okay, her ultimate is gonna be like a hot sub burst where she just got a really short ult duration, but no, it's awful because this is hard to translate. Basically, dealing multiple 100% damage instances to enemies around. These 100% damage instances are not AoE damage instances, guys. These 100% damage instances are single target. Yes, you heard me right. These are single target damage instances to enemies around her. It's awful. So randomly she single targetly hits enemies around her with her ultimate, and basically just has a faster attack interval than if she would normal attack. And that's it. That's her ultimate. That's it. That's her kit. So so basically this isn't really good for AoE. This isn't good for AoE. This isn't good for AoE. This is good for AoE. And then for single target, this is no damage for single target. This is no damage for single target. This is no damage. Like 120% damage, right? Let's take a look at other single target fighters, just so you have a bit of a reference. We're gonna mainly test her in AoE, right? So you will still have a reference in single target fighters. So Gisele deals 120% damage with her auto hits against single target. Silas with 380. Okay. Let's see about arrogance. 360%. So they deal 3x the damage with an auto hit than Gisele, pretty much. And they also have these bonuses, right? So single target, she's unusable, and AoE, we're gonna take a look now if she is maybe usable. But spoilers, this is a comedy. This is comedy. The numbers that you're gonna see now, it's comedy. So first, let's use her in gear rate 121 here, and just see maybe she can deal some damage here, and see how her kit really works, right? See how kit really is gonna work. So we're gonna place her down. Luckily, she has a 2-tile range, so she can be behind the wall. Otherwise, you couldn't use her at all here. Now we're gonna place down an invic buff for her. So maybe she gets through defenses, right? And then let's see. 6k damage hits and her ultimate. Now let's see at the speed of her ultimate. You see these 5k hits randomly? These are all single target hits from her ultimate. That's crazy, no? This was her entire ultimate. That's it. Her ult is done. That's all she's got. That's all she's got. It is awful. It is so bad. And let's take a look here in terms of the damage. $200k after an ultimate and a long time of attacking. Guys, you have to imagine one single Comet auto hit deals over 200k with this setup when he's in his ult, and 200k AoE damage. So basically his auto hit deals about a million, more or less, you know. And she did 200k after this time. Okay, but they have too much armor. Let's take a look here. Maybe at stage 18 you can use her, right? Maybe at stage 18 with the Dolores on top, so she can pierce through that armor, really show how strong she is, right? So we're gonna use that Dolores here and see how well she's performing here. Maybe she's got here with Dolores, who knows? Got an Invic buff, she got a Dolores here. Now let's take a look. 38k, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know, 6, 7 hits, single target hits. It's terrible. Let's take a look here. Damage dealt after her ult. We don't even have to go further than that. Damage dealt after her ult. Yeah. And now I want to showcase you guys something, and that is how she's gonna perform in the Codex. You know, I thought maybe in the AoE Codex she might be able to do something, because in AoE Codex the enemies don't have as much armor as in Gear Raid 1. So as you can see here, I did one run here and I placed Gisele as if I would place Cerberus up front before the defense lineup, and as you can see, her damage is nowhere. Her damage is nowhere to be found. So AoE damage, neglectable. Then I did another run. Here. where I compare her without anyone else, right? So Ardea takes one line, Valk takes one lane, and she takes one lane. So each of these have one lane to go, and you can see who gets damage done, right? And as you can see, she's already struggling here at the beginning of the fight, when her ult is on cooldown. And even with her ult, it's not like it's such a huge burst window. She doesn't get rid of the first of the waves either. And let's take a look here in AoE damage. So the fight is done, right? Let's take a look here at the result. It is crazy, guys. So in terms of AoE damage, we have Gisele at 20 million damage that she was able to perform. And Ardea and Valk just sitting there thinking, what the heck is this teammate, man? Oh my god, it is terrible. It is terrible. Oh my god. This character is so bad. But before anyone complains that we didn't test her in single target, let's just showcase her single target damage, because her ult is also single target. It just chooses enemies randomly, right? So it's not even an AoE ult. Maybe in single target she's useful, right? Maybe she's not terrible in single target. Now, I gave her the advantage of having a legendary lord, whereas Silas doesn't have anything. We're just gonna use their ults. We're not gonna inflate anything with a Dolores. Just, there we go, until the first shield. Till the first shield comes in. First shield is in. Let's see the damage dealt from the two. In terms of single target, since we saw AoE isn't the place to be for her. Yeah, there we have it. There we have it. 2.6 million single target. She did 30% of Silas's damage with the legendary lord on top of it. It is terrible. She is terrible. Get this woman out of here. Now I tried to my best to inflate her damage with Dolores, with her getting more than one ultimate out, with her having more attack speed for her talent, and she got even worse. So yeah, single target, she is useless as well. AoE, she is awful. And she is quite frankly the worst, by far the worst ancient exclusive that you could have. So I would really recommend you guys to skip this banner this weekend. I don't think that Torodor is worth pulling for, because he's not an ancient exclusive hero. You can get him in the normal summons. On top of it, he's not even the best out of the normal ones. He's not a Leia, he's not a Erica or a Twin Fiend. He's good, but Raph is good as well. And on top of that, Gisele, I mean, you just saw it, right? You just saw it. She is terrible in every aspect. Maybe even one of the worst legendaries in the game, for sure. Like, for example, a Shamir at least brings some utility. Like, Shamir can at least make some AoE damage, make some slows as well. Where she is a full damage dealer that doesn't deal any damage. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about Gisele. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to subscribe. It will increase your summoning luck to not get yourselves Gisele. I'm Ronaldo. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace.